Let's now move on to our fifth and final main topic today. And our fifth and final main topic today gets sent in to us from Edward Morris, who writes, "Hello, John. Big fan. I was looking for news on Stranger Things Season 4, and I realized something. It still hasn't been renewed for said fourth season. Should we be worried about this? Just wanted to know your thoughts." All right, thanks a lot for the question, Edward. And I will tell you what, Edward, when I first got that question, I thought, because it quite often happens, somebody will send in a question about something, I'm like, oh, that person clearly didn't know that this is already the case and blah, blah, blah. So I thought, well, no, they've talked a lot about Stranger Things Season 4. I'm sure that's been greenlit already. Nope. Not officially. It has not been greenlit. And I'll tell you what, it raises an interesting question, because for all of those of you right now who are at home screaming at your cell phone or at your computer monitor or your television at me right now, understand this. Under normal circumstances, if Stranger Things were a CBS show, if it were a Fox show, if it were an NBC show, if it were a CW show, if it were any of these things, this is the most successful original you ever did, particularly season 3. It was the most successful original season they had ever done. It is a no-brainer. It's an automatic. Take it to the bank. They're doing it. However, and I'm not saying they're not, but keep this in mind. This is Netflix. This is net cancel after season 3 flicks. That's what we've got. We got Netflix that canceled Daredevil after season 3. That canceled. I mean, look, we've talked a lot over the past 6 months, Rob, about all these popular shows that suddenly got axed and got axed and got ads. They've been gone on record to say they've got kind of a philosophy right now that after a few seasons, cut it before the show gets too expensive and blah, 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 blah. So this is not a crazy question for somebody to ask. It's not crazy. If it was anybody other than Netflix that this show aired on, I would say, no, it's ridiculous to even question. But as of right now, it's not officially been greenlit. Now, I'll be clear. I believe that Netflix, that Stranger Things Season 4 is going to happen. I believe it is going to happen. But keep this in mind too. You got Wolfgang, what's his face?
Finn Wolfhard.
Finn Wolfhard. Wolfgang, what's his? Finn Wolfhard, who's appearing in every other movie that appears in theaters these days. You've got Godzilla Girl Wannabe, whatever her name is. 6 of 9, I just call her. So you got her. She's getting busier and busier and busier as well. This is a show that is Netflix's nightmare. It's a show that's going to get more and more and more and more expensive for them to do. I believe it is still going to happen, though. But you are not crazy at all for thinking there is a possibility that does exist that season 4 doesn't happen. I think it will. But it ain't crazy to think that maybe it won't because, again, we're talking about Netflix. Rob, you and I have talked a lot about that, and you've always had some really good insight on this. Are we going to get a Stranger Things Season 4?
Look, I'm with you. I think it's probably going to happen. But, look, Netflix is not growing subscribers the way they thought. They're hugely leveraged in terms of how much money they're spending. They're about to embark. They're going to war. And make no mistake, as far as Netflix can go to war, they're going to go to war. They're going to war with Disney Plus next month. The streaming
Apple TV Plus,
Apple TV
NBC
is launching. I mean, they are going to war.
Peacock.
And
Peacock. Peacock.
And I'll tell you something. The like you said, all of the people involved with Stranger Things, if they didn't have anything else going, Millie Bobby Brown is producing a movie that she came up with a story for.
Yeah.
And I think it was her and her sister or something. It sounded pretty good. So these people, they've done Stranger Things. And unless someone's going to back up that Brinks truck to all of them, the Duffer Brothers and everybody, it's going to cost them, I'll bet you, it would cost twice as much to do season 4 of Stranger Things. And the question remains, is that valuable for Netflix or not? And their economic model is very different than, like you pointed out, the network model. And it's a lot more expensive because you don't get residuals when you make a Netflix show. It's a buyout, and now there's everybody. Stranger Things was a launching pad for all these people. What's the incentive to do Stranger Things 4 when you're Millie Bobby Brown and you're the breakout star of that show, her and Finn Wolfhard, and you're producing movies now? Why would you come back and do
Yeah,
Stranger
David
Things?
Harbour's doing a Black Widow movie.
Yeah, I mean, all these characters are like, yeah, Stranger Things was great. We did 3 seasons. And as far as Netflix is concerned, how does it benefit them to have a 4th season? By the way, can I just give a shameless plug? Unbelievable is an unbelievable series on Netflix.
People on the viewers have been pimping that show like crazy. I gotta check that out.
It's
Everybody's
about
saying it's
2
amazing.
female cops going after a serial rapist. It's based on a true story. Now, definitely it's going to be soon discovered as being an anti-man show, and I can't wait for all the fanboys to scream what it is. It is a tremendous show. It's a tremendous show. It's an amazing thing, and Netflix. I mean, I would watch. I said it's Mindhunter meets Cagney and Lacey. I would wish they would do an ongoing series, but it's based on true stories.
Let's getting back onto
But
Stranger Things, which is our topic. Which is our topic at hand here.
They're not going to. They're not going to do it unless there's a lot of money involved. And don't be surprised if. I mean, like John, I believe it's going to happen. But if it doesn't, don't be surprised.
Don't fall out of your chair, Aaron. You're seeing this, understanding the track record that Netflix has right now, the way they do things. But this is a huge, very popular show and very popular. What are the chances, do you think, that maybe this doesn't happen, that maybe there isn't a Stranger Things season 4?
I definitely think there's a chance, but only because of the clusterfuck that is going on within Netflix right now. Nothing to do with actor salaries, because let's be clear, those actors are on contract. Those actors, when they tested for the pilot 3 seasons ago, they signed 7-year contracts. That's just the way it is. Very rarely, if you have negotiating power, you can get away with signing a 1-year contract, which maybe David Harbour did, maybe Winona Ryder did, but those kids, absolutely not. They signed 7-year contracts, I guarantee you. Now, maybe after season 2, they were able to renegotiate their contracts, but you're not going to be able to renegotiate your contract every single year. So I'm glad that they're doing all these other movies and they're doing this and they're doing that, but if Stranger Things decides to come back for a season 4, that's in first position contractually. So Netflix would then, I guarantee you, all of these movies and projects that all these kids are doing and David Harbour's doing, they're going to Netflix and going, hey, I have this project and these are the dates. Are you guys cool with that? And the reason why I think that Netflix has not yet greenlit season 4 is because where do you go from season 3? It was so big and had so much going on. It was very, very expensive. And I think that because every single season has just gotten better than the season before, they got to make sure that they can continue that track record of success. And I'm pretty sure that they probably want to go, okay, what's the script? What's the story? Let's make sure that we have something that is going to be even better and bigger than it was last season before we go ahead and announce it to the world. So I think that there is going to be a season 4. I really do. I don't think that the other side projects of all the kids are going to be a factor in it. I think it's going to be more about whether or not Netflix can come up with the money to make it bigger and better than it was last season and the seasons before. Well, and I really want to find out what happened to Harbour.
Yeah, I mean, that's going to be the thing that everybody's still kind of holding on to.
Is he in Russia?
Question is, guys, what do you think about this? I mean, it hasn't been made official yet. I mean, all of us here think it's going to happen, but I do think it's a real possibility that it doesn't. Where do you sit on that right now? Jump down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. All right, guys, with all of that stuff.